If history forgets this game, then fuck history.
Overall, Nier Automata stands among one of my favorite games of all time.
Automata is a transcendent experience.
Fucking thank you, Square Enix, Platinum.
Thank you, Square Enix and Platinum. Thank you, Yoko
Everyone.
Taro.
Nier Automata is a rare breakthrough moment in the history of our medium, and it's for this reason that I've poured so much love and care into this review. I want there to be at least one review out there that calls this game for what it is. A masterpiece that is an absolute must-play for anyone who appreciates video games, or good storytelling, or incredible music, or true innovation.
Perhaps we're not so different after all. Pod 153, I order you to halt all logical thought and speech.
They're not A2! I can handle this! Androids were designed to protect their human masters. Even if it's pointless, you still have to do it! You two are the last remaining members of your home. That's not the operator. It's...
In a medium not exactly known for its love of pacifism or humanism, Nier Automata stands as a genre-defining work of art, one with a message that's vital and highly relevant to the current moment. We must have the strength to believe in something bigger than ourselves. Only then can we be free.
If I don't review this game, I will be doing a disservice to gaming. When I finished that game, I said in the chat, this is a masterpiece. 10 out of 10, full score. Every JRPG or indeed RPG gamer has to experience. It's that kind of game. It has to be experienced and it has to get as much coverage because Nier Automata is a landmark in gaming.
This game's got tits, it's got ass, it's got more tits, it's got so much ass, it's got balls, so much balls, so many balls, you can't even count how many balls. I mean, look at those balls, look at these balls. There's so many balls, I can't even fathom how many balls. Gameplay is amazing, the soundtrack is beautiful, and the storyline is just so good. It's so hard not to spoil it because I just want to talk about it with everybody. So at the end of the day, I give the game a 1 out of 1, a 5 out of 5, a 10 out of 10. The game is fun, it's entertaining, the story's immersive, and even if you don't like the game, at least you can thank it for all the new people cosplaying as 2B.
Squeeze.
The bittersweet nature of the relationship is one that's hard to digest, yet it's one of the reasons that make Nier Automata one of my most cherished games to date. It's amazing how a video game that explores grand existential themes of futility, death, and existence can also hone in on the extremely personal and human ideas, through androids nonetheless.
While I have so much to say about this game, it pains me to say I'm not going to mention a lot of stuff, cause spoilers. I want everyone who plans on playing this game to experience it the same way I did. Blind. Easily, Nier Automata gets a 10 out of 10 because my only gripe was the hacking system. It wasn't really for me, but I appreciate variety. Guys, this JRPG is so refreshing. It's a roller coaster of emotion. It's sinisterly beautiful. It's masterfully told. And that's why, while I haven't played Persona 5 yet, this game is my game of the year.
But at the end of the day, this has been my favorite game of 2017. It's been a long while since I played something that got a genuine reaction out of me that was more than enjoyment. 2B and 9S's journey is the most compelling thing I've played in a while, and I had trouble putting it down until I completely finished the 30 hours worth of game. By the end, I had this hollow feeling, but in a good way, which I haven't had since games like Shadow of the Colossus or Silent Hill 2, and I think it's pretty cool when a game can do that. It may be a bit too early to name this game of the year. I mean, Persona 5 isn't even out in North America at the time of me writing this, but I think I can safely say that Nier Automata is my game of Q1 2017.
Okay, I'm done talking now, ladies and gentlemen. If you couldn't tell, I love this game so much, and I didn't want to rush the review. That's why it took so long for it to come out, because I played it a little bit late, I beat it, and I was like, I love that so much, but I wanted to digest the experience before I came out with any bold statements. So I think you'll be surprised just how many people do agree with the thought that this game is wonderful. I can't predict the future, but at this current point in time, it is my game of the year, and I was hyped for Persona 5 for fucking years. So that also says a lot for those who know how much of a big Persona fan I am.
Let's talk about why Nier Automata, or Automata if you prefer, is an outstanding game. In fact, I think this is probably one of the best games I've played in the last 10 years.
If it wasn't for just about everyone on the planet telling me how good it was, I probably wouldn't have gotten around to finally giving it a go over a year later. Honestly, what can I say that everyone else hasn't already? Nier Automata is just awesome. There are so many moments here that are just completely badass. Do it, look up badass in the dictionary and you'll find Nier Automata in the definition. But what is it about Nier that it does so well? Just about everything, but let's take a look.
Nier Automata is one of the best games I've ever played. And actually just one of the best video game experiences ever created. Now, there's so many just backwards shit that I don't even know how they got the funding for this game. There's so much behind the curtain here. It blows my fucking mind.
Nier Automata is not only potentially Platinum's best game, but it is one of the best games I've ever played.
Automata is definitely one of the best games I have ever played.
Nier Automata is more than a fun game, or a good story, or a pretty soundtrack. It's the kind of experience that wants to try and change your life. And honestly, if you let it, and devote the amount of intellectual and emotional effort it clearly wants you to, I think it genuinely could accomplish that goal. So in Games as Lit 101, Nier Automata gets an A+, and I highly recommend checking this one out.
I am about to get into a review of a game that really and truly changed my outlook of what a video game could be. That's the only way for me to properly explain what Nier Automata is.
But Nier Automata is one of the games I am never going to forget playing, and to this day, the ending still has me fucked up. Nier Automata gets a 5 out of 5.
But that's not even scratching the surface of what will one day be remembered as one of the most groundbreaking games to come out. While that sounds like high praise for a game that's not even a year old, it's completely warranted, and you'll see why once you play this game.
I don't know, like I like games that play it safe, but I also really appreciate a game that just goes, we don't give a shit. Fuck you, basically. Like, this game's nuts, and you can, because there will be people that will not get it at all. But those who do will adore it, and it's one of those that you think, what? It's such a shame it's being released between Zelda and Mass Effect. Do you know what I mean? Because it deserves. It's so creative and so different that it deserves attention. It's just a brilliant game.
I never thought that one of the most awesome gaming experiences I'd have in years would come from a game featuring upskirts. Or no skirts with a thong leotard, depending on your preference. Knowing that Neo, Horizon Zero Dawn, Mass Effect Andromeda, and Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild came out this year, knowing all that, I'm going to say that Nier Automata is vastly more interesting. If a game comes out this year that is as compelling as Nier Automata was, I would be sincerely shocked. This is having looked at Breath of the Wild and Horizon Zero Dawn and other games like it. They don't come close. And I didn't even come close to covering all of this game. Get it. Play it. It's awesome. That's all I gotta say on that.
Ultimately, Nier Automata is just a game that eclipses most other media for me. Automata tells its tale and imparts its themes in a way games are uniquely qualified to do. It does this consistently and in beguiling ways. I finished the game a long while back, but I still can't stop thinking about everything. It touched me in a very real way. As a package, it's so consistently enchanting, emotionally and intellectually resonant, and stylistically brilliant. And that's why I'd consider Nier Automata a 10 out of 10 game and a masterpiece. It's not perfect, and nothing can be, but it executes on its goals and deeply, profoundly reaches them. It's one of those monumental artistic achievements, and one I hope to see sitting among the classics 10 years down the line, alongside the other 10 out of 10s of our blossoming medium.
Nier Automata is not a game made to speak to your brain, but to speak to your heart.
Everything in this game is calculated to evoke emotion in the player. When you play it next or play it for the first time, pay attention to even the little things. When the game subtly takes a moment every now and then to thread an emotional message, you can feel it in your heart rate and your breathing. The music and aesthetics reinforces the emotional rhythm of the game expertly, enough to leave you exhausted at the end of a play session, and yet feelings about the game linger like an afterimage even when you're doing something else. The final aspect of this game that qualifies it as art to me is also the one I think will divide opinions the most. Truly great art evokes the transcendent aspects of the human experience. When you stand in a museum and you look at a work of art, you may feel something that could only be described as a spiritual experience. The artwork speaks to you on a level that's more than intellectual and more than emotional. It's an ineffable quality of the transcendent that separates truly great art from everything else. Nier Automata is probably one of the first games that I've played which truly evokes the transcendent. The sense that there's just so much more to this than what I see and hear. More importantly, I strongly feel the message that Yoko Taro wanted to share.
Masterpiece. Yoko Taro, Keiichi Okabe, and the entire Platinum Games team, thank you so much. You have given me an experience I will never forget, and I hope that this review will prompt at least one more person to have that experience as well.